Hi friends, welcome back to session 4 of our Lean Six Sigma Green Belt series, and today we are going to just overlook about Six Sigma as a matrix, and this may not be the final indicator. So let's start the session. Try to understand this process what is shared in this short video. You can see there are storage, there is an assembly process, then there is a sales or the product where it is lying to go to the customer, right? So this is the storage. The second one is the assembly line, and third one also you can see there are product being lined up. Now if we consider all these things, let's assume that we have the data for all these processes and the storage, assembly, and finally the packaging part. So for example, if the storage has 2.5 sigma level, while we move on in this course, you will understand what is 2.5 sigma means. But for you can also relate to the last video, and the link is given also in the description where you can understand that how to calculate 2.5 sigma. However, suppose storage process has 2.5 sigma, assembly has 3.2 sigma, and packaging has 4.0 sigma. So out of this, only with the sigma level, is it right to interpret that packaging is doing better and storage is not doing better, or the storage process needs improvement and the packaging does not need, or assembly does not need, right? So is it right to say that? That is what we are going to discuss today. So for example, again, if we consider only sigma level, the sigma level tells you about the variance in the process, or it also tells you about the defects in the process, right? However, there are so many other factors as well, right? So let's take the same thing with a different view now. Storage, assembly, packaging, we have 2.5, 3.2 and 4.0. Now suppose we have to improve the storage process or assembly or packaging. The cost which we will incur in storage is this much, right? I have not used any matrix here for simplicity, and this is for your understanding only. And cost, if you say for assembly, it is a huge cost because the entire assembly line has to be dismantled maybe and change the infrastructure of this, right? And similarly, packaging would have a very small cost because it's easy to change in the packaging part. Similarly, the customer requirement here in case of because this is a storage and this is a food processing unit, the storage has got very less important for the customer. The customer does not understand how you are going to store, how you are going to not store. However, the customer wants when it is packaged properly, the food product is packaged properly and should reach to them as it is, as fresh, right? Similarly, for assembly line, customer does not have anything much to say about and hence carries very less weight. Now time, when we consider time, this time can be of different areas. One, it can be the time required to implement all these things, the time required for this entire process to be completed or the improvement to be completed, right? So the storage improvement will take huge amount of time because you need to change the entire infrastructure setup. You have to completely realign all these products again, right? So the time is very high here. Assembly, the time might be very less because you just need to change the assembly process. However, that cost is very huge. Similarly, if you say packaging, for packaging the time might be very small. Again, you procure technology, adopt it, and that's it. However, the other components may be different. So while we compare Six Sigma levels for different processes, it is important to consider all these factors, right? For example, here it can be customer requirement, it can be cost, it can be resources, it can be timeline, duration, it can be benefits, impact. The impact again can be 1 year impact, 2 year impact, multiple year impact, or very short term and long term impact. It can be completely different, right? Finally, productivity. It can also be within this benefit, but for your understanding, I have kept productivity as a separate line here. Productivity also can be an area where you used to have with 10 resources earlier, and now you can have with only 5 resources, right? Something like that. So these are only few of the components mentioned here, and if you do a detailed prioritization matrix, which we will study later, you will understand that this components actually goes beyond this 5 or 6 list. Timeline, duration, like it depends on manufacturing, it depends on infrastructure, it depends on technology, so many other things, right? So applying a Six Sigma project to all situation itself may not be financially lucrative, since all these improvements takes time and money. A Six Sigma culture is all about continuous improvement, which means teams consider all options before embarking on the most lucrative improvement measures, right? So hope you would have understood this session, and see you again in the next session. Thanks for watching.